Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Oh, that is just so delicious. I'll tell you what. Wow. And by the way, Judy and I were in Dubai when we got this Tim Hortons Dubai Cup. And I'm thinking, did we get it at the mall in Dubai? It was one of those massive malls anyway, but we were there, I'll tell you. And guys, we were just reporting yesterday how Ripple had gone out there and they've gotten, regulatory approval in the UAE, of course, Dubai and the UAE, to absolutely use RLUSD as a fiat style, like a token that is a monetary instrument that institutions can use. And it's a big, big deal. Guys, we're watching so much happen in this space. And I truly believe that XRP is going to see triple digits. I absolutely believe that, and I think it could happen a lot faster than a lot of folks are thinking. Because I'll tell you what, right now we are seeing some major, major bullish divergence on the XRP chart. And if you look at the move that XRP did in 2017, where at the very end of the year, we had that scammy wick, and then it just kind of bounced along like that. A lot of people capitulated, and, it was just lingering along. Then all of a sudden, bang, when it moved, it went from 20 some cents to $3.84. Now, can you imagine if we got that scammy wick there, came back up, and we're just tinkering along like this? A lot of people are capitulating. And you watch XRP do a move like it did literally at the very, by January 4th, that last week of the year, it fired off. You could literally see XRP blow the doors off of most folks' expectation. And you got these ETFs gobbling up XRP into the multiple deca millions per day. And that is just bleeding dry all the OTC and these dark pools. They're just getting absolutely decimated. In fact, on Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, well, their reserves for XRP have just dropped significantly, and a lot of exchanges are seeing this happen right across the board. And guys, that's where a supply crunch could come. And I believe that we could see this thing absolutely take off. And wouldn't that be just amazingly fantastic? I'll tell you what, right there. And a lot of, when we take a look at a lot of these various digital assets, guys, most of them don't have the staying power that we have witnessed with XRP. I want you to consider this. In the entire time, all the way back to 2013 until now, only two assets have ever, and I mean ever, stayed in the top 10 for market cap throughout the entirety of that time. Do you know what they are? Bitcoin and XRP. Now, think about this. XRP was under probably one of the greatest and the heaviest suppression with that lawsuit for multiple years, at least 4, almost 5 years of that time duration. And yet, even during that time, it never even left the top 10 for market cap. Now, that, guys, right there shows tremendous strength. And another thing that I was reading is a lot of these special acquisition corps, they're even looking at amalgamating so they can be out there and even gobble up more XRP. And when you think about the fact that some of them are already holding $1 billion worth of XRP, other ones 500 million, 300 million now, and the only reason they exist is to hold XRP as a reserve. Now, should that not tell you and I something about its value going forward? I mean, these guys are willing to put in billions of dollars into this asset class, and of course into XRP. And yet they want us to be terrified. Oh my goodness, the price could fall off a cliff, and on and on and on. Absolutely ridiculous. And of course, when you think about that, they're looking forward, guys, at what's coming. And they are absolutely not doing it. They're not putting in hundreds of millions, billions of dollars thinking that the thing's going to fall over the cliff. They're just not doing that. That's for sure. And I believe that with everything that we're seeing, that it is 2026, the first quarter of 2026 could absolutely be phenomenal. But even before then, guys, even before the end of the year, I think we're going to see a big trend reversal, because that bullish divergence that we are seeing on the relative strength index is absolutely a massive signal. And we've seen it in the past. We've watched it happen in prior bull markets in 2022 before XRP really shot off there. Of course, we saw another one of those big bullish divergences on the stock RSI, on the RSI. And when you think about where we're at right now today, and the fact that we've got all that clarity, and you know, we got the government actually out there trying to process and push through a lot of this legislation that is going to revolutionize how our financial system works. I mean, the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, and all this other stuff, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, literally coming out there and saying that, hey, banks can custody assets so they can pay the fees on these networks. Well, obviously, if they are allowing them to do that, it's because they're going to be using the networks if they're going to be liable to pay fees for it, that's for sure. And then, of course, you got Ripple out there, applied for a banking license, and a lot of folks are believing they are going to get it. And I'm telling you what, all the assets that you can look at, and I mean multiple asset classes, I don't think there's any that are so, you know, undervalued as XRP is when you consider the setup. It is truly phenomenal. And yet so many people are missing it. And beyond that, a lot of people are having practically an impossible time to truly, you know, navigate and identify the psychology of this market. But there are things you can do to get yourself ready and be very strategic. I have actually worked with people and literally coached hundreds of people and shown them how they can identify the psychology of this market, how they can balance their portfolio towards the achievement of their personal goals, and literally set themselves up to truly, amazingly succeed in this space. And that's why we get out and do it, guys. And it has been such a pleasure. I have met with so many amazing folks of every walk of life, you know, lawyers and doctors and sports athletes and, you know, musicians and, you know, just practically everybody. In fact, I've even, you know, helped to coach people that are at high levels in the government as well, to show them what we're doing and how we can actually achieve it. And guys, a lot of them have moved forward with that and have really helped to meet tremendous amount of their goals. And I'll tell you what, I have opened up now. I had opened it up a couple days back, my coaching for December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Someone had written me and said, David, the calendar's not letting us get past November. So I went in and I checked that. So guys, it is available there. If it's something that interests you, you get yourself on the calendar. You just visit me at thedigital.outlook.com and you can get yourself on the calendar there. Guys, there's nothing to be, you know, scared about. This is probably one of the best situations we could ever ask for. What's coming next is going to blow the doors off of people's expectation. I genuinely believe it. And we could see XRP in the triple digits. Can you imagine that? Guys, it is going to be so exciting and cannot wait to see you there. We are buckled up. We got our ticket. We're on that rocket ship and we're ready to ride this thing all the way straight through the atmosphere, way past the moon and all the way past Jupiter. I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be amazing. And guys, until later on today when we're going to have another fantastic video for you, have a fabulous one and take care.